Leonardo da Vinci drew plans for a helicopter 450 years before anybody built one. There is an image of the Egyptian pharaoh Thutmose III about to swing a bat at a ball. This is from 1475 BC. And now we learn that the Glenn Beck of 2010 is just a bad version of a sketch performed by Dave Foley of the Kids in the Hall in 1994. Our #1 story on the countdown. Dude, this Beck guy totally ripped you off. Sketch and Mr. Foley live in a moment. First, it was Beck, voted by its supporters as one of Time's 100 most influential people. Blurb by Sarah Palin. Who'd have thought a history buff with a quirky sense of humor and a chalkboard could make for such riveting television? Only Sarah Palin would think that that kaleidoscopic drug flashback misunderstanding of past events was history. But anyway, the link to this was tweeted to me by Haley Adams the night before last. And when I say it's a kind of proto-Beck, I'm not giving Dave Foley enough credit. Watch. From The Kids in the Hall, Season 5, Episode 12, now available on DVD. The Communist Threat.
Let sleeping dogs lie. I say, no! And you know what sleeping dogs I'm referring to, don't you? No? Well, let me refresh your memory. Russians. That's right. Russians, Ruskies, communists. Communists. Oh, now you remember. Well, do you also remember how a few years ago all we ever talked about was how the Russians were going to take over the world, and how every household would be run by communists and their filthy communism? Oh, yeah, we feared the Russians back in them days, and for good reason, too. But now all I ever hear is, poor little Russia, they've got no money. Poor little Russia, they've gone broke. Poor little Russia this, and poor little Russia that. Don't you get it? Am I the only one that gets it? It's a trick. Communism never dies. Communism is a cancer sleeping, awaiting the moment to devour our freedom, to devour democracy. Oh, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking this guy's just some right-wing paranoid reactionary who had a horrible upbringing and whose father beat him every day with the Bible. Well, maybe that's true, but it never did me any harm. All I'm saying is, a few years ago, people used to listen to me. I fit in. Well, listen to me now. The Russians, they're going to try to take over the world again. Don't you forget that for 1 second, friend, or else you'll find yourself lining up for toilet paper in some godless world. There's one more thing I'd like to say. Killer bees. Forgot about them, didn't you? Well, that's just what they want us to do. That's right. The Russian communists, the killer bees, they're like this. So when people say to me, let sleeping dogs lie, I say to them, friend, sleeping dogs, they eventually wake up and chew out the throat of democracy. Don't you think I don't know what you're up to, Russia? Don't think I'm unaware of the fact that Kevin McDonald, or should I say, Ivan Chomsky, is one of you. Crazy like a fanatic. Fox, I mean. Down red. One man, one vote.
That was Dave Foley and a bound and gagged Kevin McDonald on The Kids in the Hall in 1994. And here is Dave Foley now. We believe Mr. McDonald has been released in the interim. Good evening, Dave. Thanks for your time.
No nonsense. Thank you. Oh, my God. What damage 20 years does.
I'm telling you. Well, I'm looking at that, too, and remembering what I looked like when I first saw it. So we're even. Don't worry about that part. Is it possible that Glenn Beck never saw that? Because if somebody were to create like a demo tape for an invention called a Glenn Beck, that's what it would look like, except you'd have a chalkboard instead of the map, right?
Well, I like to comfort myself by thinking that Glenn Beck has never seen it, because I would hate to think that he was actually a Kids in the Hall fan. I don't want to contribute to his happiness in any way.
But maybe he thought it was. But maybe he thought it was like an instructional video rather than humor.
Yes, or maybe he may have seen it and thought it was a vision. You know, a biblical revelation. Yeah, I guess at the time, I guess we were probably like thinking more about. I mean, Rush Limbaugh was already around in those days.
Yeah.
So I guess if you take Rush Limbaugh's already sort of insane paranoia and exaggerate it to a point of absurdity, I guess what you end up with is Glenn Beck.
Yeah, and you added
So.
you added the word fox there at the end, which really does sort of elevate this to the level of prophecy. But I mean, when this was aired in this country on CBS in '94, that got laughs. Obviously, the audience laughed, the audience at home laughed. At the same time, the real Glenn Beck was still drunk and stoned somewhere. And today, the people who watch Beck think he is this political oracle. Now, either you missed your calling, you could have gone into the phony political oracle business, or it's either that or Glenn Beck's followers are unaware that they're worshiping a bad impression of a comedy sketch, right? Is that basically the choice?
And also another important point is we have to be really careful who we let into rehab. Because I think clearly we could have saved ourselves a lot of trouble if Glenn Beck was still drunk on the floor.
Goodness. Do you remember
So
any?
I think, yeah. So
Do you remember that? I mean, the creative process behind this. I mean, it is quite a while ago, and if you don't have notes on every sketch, but what other than Limbaugh, were you perhaps afraid of a reconstructed USSR yourself, or was it you had been hit by a bee, or what happened?
no, I think we were just amused by sort of the paranoia of people about. I mean, because let's face it, Canada is a communist country, so we are very socialist, and proudly so. So yeah, we weren't. So we're in those days we weren't so we were more afraid of you guys than the Russians.
Yeah.
So.
Well,
but I have to give credit too. I didn't actually write that piece. It was written by a guy named Norm Hiscock, who's now one of the producers on Parks and Recreation. So who wrote that.
Well,
and I think it was the same thing. We were sort of tickled by the absurdity of it.
And wonderfully so. I have to ask this for all the fans. There was a Kids in the Hall miniseries this year in Canada, aired on Canadian TV. Are we going to get to see it here, or can we borrow a copy from you, or what?
Well, I downloaded it illegally myself.
Okay. With Bellini.
But
Excellent.
it will be on. Yes, it is excellent, isn't it? It's going to be on IFC in August. So we'll be running here, and it's eight half hours. It's it's not sketch. It's an ongoing story, and I hope people like it. And Lord knows what will happen 20 years from now. What horrible monsters will rise up from this?
I really wonder if you shouldn't sort of just summarize this, sort of put yourself in the category of Patty Chayefsky, who wrote, of course, and predicted all of television today with Network. I mean, I think that's how quality this vision or whatever it was. But I did notice that in there were a lot of camera turns, which I do all the time. So, it really was prophetic. The comedian and actor Dave Foley, or as he's now known around here, the Prophet Dave Foley. Been a fan for 20 years, so thanks for all of that, and thanks for your time tonight, Dave.
Thanks, I'm a big fan of yours.
Thank you kindly, sir. Well, you prophesied my changing cameras, so there it is. I owe it to you. Beck does too, but I'm sure you'll never hear from him if you're lucky. Take care, Dave.
No, I hope not. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye. That's countdown for this, the 2,555th day since the previous president declared mission accomplished in Iraq. I'm Keith Olbermann. Good night and good luck.